Hey, my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys are having a good week. Today is Thursday, or as people have so cutely named it, Friday Eve. We're going to do two things tonight, provided my phone does not get hooked up with Mercury and just start fucking up my shit like it's been doing. At any rate, we're going to do the weekend update. We're going to go through from tomorrow, the 25th, through Tuesday, the 29th. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to do what I've been trying to do for the past couple of days and do your November monthly. I think I finally figured out why my phone was tripping. So hopefully we've got that issue resolved. But then again, it's Mercury Retrograde shadow. I don't know. I think I like the actual retrograde more than I like the shadow. This is some hot shit. I'm sorry. It's just all kind of screwed up. And it's been just little things. It hasn't been big major shake up shit. Just little things. But enough to throw you off your whole day. So I will tell you, as I have been trying to tell myself for the past week, this too shall pass. Probably not fast enough, but it will pass. It's going to be your weekend update. There are many good things coming. I know y'all are sick of hearing me saying that. But for those of you that are actually beginning to see some of the good shit, y'all know what I'm talking about. It was a couple weeks ago, y'all were probably in that ain't shit group. I ain't got shit. It ain't shit. It just fucked up shit. And now you're beginning to see. Slowly but surely, and you have Uranus moonwalking and being in reverse to thank for that. Mercury begins its full traditional retrograde phase next Thursday, the 31st. It will run through November 20th. In a full month. I guess we can just be thankful that it is not ending on Thanksgiving Day, because that would just be a hot mess. So a week before is good. At any rate, you should begin to feel, you should get in the groove of Mercury retrograde probably by next Sunday or the following Monday, and we'll see where that energy goes when I do the weekly reading. But right now, y'all got some good stuff, Taurus. I ain't just saying it because I'm one too. We're going to pull a card for each day. Be mindful that the energy, what might be for Friday's energy, might actually show up tonight or Monday, or hell, next Thursday. The universe does not, y'all know what I say, does not give a fuck about a Rolex or a clock. So time is fluid as far as the universe is concerned. This is going to be a good reading. Okay, from the bottom of the deck. Overall, recognition and reward, conflict and defeat. I didn't say it was coming without its challenges. I just said this is going to be a good reading. So for tomorrow, light. For Saturday, firm foundation. For Sunday, suffering in silence. For Monday, transformation. And for Tuesday, it'll be a good reading. This will sound like a good reading. Trust me, it is. From the bottom of this deck. And a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. So recognition and reward is pulling the temperance for your overall energy. And conflict and defeat has got you back at the drawing board for this deck, the Two of Wands. So let's see what we got. Tomorrow, light. Pulls the sunshine card. Wow, okay. Saturday, firm foundation, pulls the Four of Coins. Sunday, suffering in silence, pulls the Four of Swords. Monday, transformation, pulls the Nine of Cups. And Tuesday, pulls the Ace of Cups from Patience and Planning. I told y'all it's a good read. Now, it's not without its shit. But it's a solid reading. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Um, my phone's still doing what my phone do. So okay, I'm over that. At any rate, I'm sorry, Taurus. Um, it's a good reading. It's a solid reading. The energy is consistent. I mean, it just don't get no more consistent than that. Sun and light. I mean, to me, that's an indicator. Temperance up here in our overall energy on top of recognition and reward. I mean, they go hand in hand, kind of. When things are just right, the example would be if you're an actor, when you do a performance just the way it ought to be done, you end up with an Oscar. Just saying. And that is our overall energy right now of trying to get things in balance. People are recognizing a difference in us. So you've heard people saying, what you do? You lose some weight, you color your hair, what you been doing? It's noticeable. And even if people aren't actually commenting, you may just kind of turn your head and notice people kind of looking at you like, damn, what the hell you got going on? That's our energy. And from what I can feel from this and other readings that I've done, we're actually at the weaker part of the energy. It's going to get stronger. If that's fucking possible, yeah, it's going to get stronger. What this is coming from or where it's coming from, it could be from a variety of things, just the vibration of things that may be going on in our lives. And with Uranus shaking shit up, it is what it is. But people are recognizing, and there's some reward there for some of us. People start noticing even in your work, there's a difference. And so you may be getting offers. And this is just your overall energy. That's shit you're throwing out there. But it's about the balance. It's about, it's really about being fair too. Not to everybody else so much, but to yourself. And having a sense of fair play for yourself. And for some of you, that's new territory, dealing with you. Because our inclination is always for other. We want to help. We want to make that foundation stable. And now it's us turning inward and just being fair and balanced and just to ourselves. Again, this is our overall energy. And I'm picking it up in a lot of other things that I'm reading and hearing. More Tauruses are getting into balance. And it's not just, what I'm doing for everybody else and forget me, I'll deal with me later. It's becoming more about, let me deal with me first. This good overall energy to have, especially with things as they are right now, with things going in retrograde, when you have the focus on you, a lot harder to get into a lot of bullshit because you're not paying attention so much to what's going on outwardly. You're focusing on what you got going on the inside. On the bottom end of this, there's still, for a lot of us, the feeling of conflict and defeat. Because the energy is just so fucking slow. You aren't really seeing anything. And it's almost like you were just kind of wandering around in a fog. Because it's just, you're not seeing anything positive. There is movement. There is movement. But some of this has got to do with how you're responding to the energy. So a lot of you may be feeling like you need to go and do something, but you're letting the weight of the negative shit just keep you from doing anything. And so you need to shake some of this shit loose from your overall. Yeah, so the shit was fucked up. It didn't work out. Your heart's broke. It hurt. They cheated. Da-dee-da-dee-da-da. You can't stop there. You can't stop there. You have to heal and move forward. You know people that get stuck in their energy. And so this is the person at the 20-year high school reunion still talking about some shit that happened in the 11th grade. Come on now. That's how you get stuck. That's an obvious way of it. There are some subtle ways that you can get stuck. the point here is, if you're feeling this way and you haven't done this yet, or you're not feeling the creative part, and this is your overall energy, you need to shake this shit loose and do something creative. And I tell grown folks, go get you a coloring book. I'm dead serious. Or go print you off one of them coloring pages on the internet. Get your crayons, your markers, whatever you're using, and go color. I know it sounds stupid. Why the hell? I'm telling you, it'll just take your mind to another place. It's almost, for some people, it's almost like meditating. So I'm throwing that out there. I don't know why somebody, I guess, needs to hear that. Get you some coloring books. Yeah. And the thing with doing things like that, and I'm going to just tie it into the reading, about standing up in your truth and letting your little light shine, just like kids do. Kids like coloring because they can just be free and color and whatever's in their little creative head at that point. We forget this because I know people are going to make comments, but I got to say it anyway. My usual comment when people say, you know, how come we're not as creative as we were when we were kids? Because it gets beat out of us. We beat our kids to death for being creative. Your mother ever let you run through the mall? I mean, just literally just run? Because that's what you felt like doing? Hell no. It didn't happen. I don't care what part of the world you're in. England, over here in Indiana, Milwaukee. Your mama did not. If you tried it, y'all know. So we get a lot of the creative energy in us scared out of us. And so when we get to this point, whatever point you're at in life, we forget the creative things we used to do that we used to like to do. I'm trying to find me some damn Legos. Y'all need to know. It's about standing up, and this is tomorrow. Stop hiding, Taurus. Cut this bullshit out. No pun intended. Stop. Stand up in your shit. Okay, so you do some weird, quirky, funky shit. So what? So what? I had no idea there were another 700 to 800 people in the world that would even consider listening to me. A year ago, and my anniversary for YouTube will be on Tuesday. And I'm trying to cook up and brew up something for Tuesday so everybody can kind of share in that. But I didn't think nobody would, and I just was kind of forced to get in the light. Same energy here, Taurus. Get in your shit. There's something you do that's going to be a benefit to somebody in the world. It doesn't have to be in your city. The world's a big place. And there are a lot of things out there right now that you can use to reach a lot of people. And again, I don't know why I'm saying all of this. Somebody needs to hear it. The bigger point, get out there. Do your thing. Don't let anybody intimidate you because you're doing things differently. That's the whole damn point. That's the whole reason for Uranus being in Taurus. So we can get out of our little cookie cutter shit and do what we want to do. Be our creative and free selves. And when we're happy like this because we are who we are and we're able to be like that, everything is good. Relationships are good. Work is good. So just keep that thought. And this is something I would just kind of hold in the back of my head for the rest of the year. Do not hide. Don't hide. You the one with that plaid purple green hair? Don't hide. Do you. And be happy. Be happy with your choices about yourself. And continue to nurture yourself. The sunflower don't just get to grow up and shit with no water and no fertilizer and shit to make it just grow. You have to do the same thing for yourself. In the meantime, you still need to get out there and let your little light shine. When we get to Saturday's energy, it's on our mind. And some of you are going to start going into the Mercury Retrograde rotation. Where I wrote it all down. I wrote all my R words down because I forget. And when I get on here, I keep saying review, reassess. But then there's also reconsider, rediscover, reconcile. You can't say reconcile. But yeah. And for some of you, like I'm saying, you're going to go into this rotation of Mercury retrograde where you start running into folks. And some of these might be people you had relationships with in the past. Some of these may be people you wish you had a relationship with in the past. And doors will open, and what you're considering is your foundation. Those of you that are trying to do this again, you're considering your foundation and how you want to do it different this time. Again, standing up in your light and guarding what's important to you. Not just about guarding your heart or being guarded, but guarding what's important to you. So if you're an educator and teaching is important to you, and you running up on somebody that might want to get into a relationship with you, someone you've known but in a different capacity, you may be a little guarded about what you're sharing about the education part, because that's a part of you. And so this is the energy. You may be guarded about the things you really care about, especially if you're dealing with someone whom you may not be completely sure they get you. And I mean get you at that level. Not, oh, we're compatible or da-da-da. I mean get you, really get you. And so there may be some things you hold on to until you feel a little more comfortable. But at the bottom of all of that, you making moves, trying to get that foundation in place. And a lot of it is about taking care of you and nurturing you and being fair to you. Saturday, let's get to what y'all are just sitting there going, it's just suffering in silence here. Yeah. A lot of you may be suffering in silence because you haven't really thought through what it is, or probably more appropriately, who it is you want to start dealing with. So now this is going to only resonate with some of you, but some of you have been dibbling and dabbling and doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of that, because whatever bigger relationship you got out of, you just did not want to forge ahead into another relationship. So you've been kind of just playing the field for a hot second. And so now we're going to take a step back and reconsider some things. There you go. You're suffering in silence and just trying to figure it out. And this is a little less harsh than its usual intensity. So usually suffering in silence is, you are hurt and you know somebody cheated on you, but you can't speak on it for whatever reason, the time's not right, whatever. And that kind of stinging pain, suffering in silence. This is more about you kind of, word coming to mind is belly aching over, minutia for all of that. Just, well, this one does that, but I don't know, the other one does so. And so you just kind of, in your head, all that air, in your head, just kind of swirling around with the, I don't know. And so it's causing you a bit of discomfort. That's probably the right word. Do this. This is a part of the whole self-care thing. So don't be afraid to take a step back and, throw darts up against the wall and talk to yourself and try to get it out exactly what it is you're willing to accept and what you aren't willing to accept. I did another reading, and I think the Queen of Swords popped up, and about just getting your boundaries together. So when you start dealing with somebody new, you're not just allowing anything to happen and holding true to what you want. Those things that, just are damn deal breakers. If you do this, I'm out. If you do this, you're only going to have one more time to do that, and then I'm out. However that's working for you. No matter how corny or quirky or weird you think it sounds, it's your life. It's your path. So you have a right to tell someone, this is not acceptable to me. And they'll either get with it or they won't. It's just that simple. But it's just the achy, breaky part of trying to figure shit out. headaches come to mind because you're overthinking it or thinking too hard, and it may just literally be time to just go take a nap and shut it down for a minute and let your energy regroup and come back. For some of you, just hear what I'm saying literally. Get in the bed. Saturday or Sunday, if you ain't working and shit just piles up on you, and especially in your head, get in the bed. Go to sleep. Take a nap. It'll work. I promise you it'll work. We get to Monday, and let me go back because this is your centerpiece. Don't stay here. It's the same, these little blue emotional cards, air cards or whatever, however the energy is resonating with you. They're blue, so I'm calling them water emotions, but looking at the pictures, there's a lot of sand and dust and shit blowing around. Don't stay in this energy. It is natural to get to be here, to feel just total defeat because you tried to work on something, and a lot of you are coming out of situations where you gave it your best damn effort and it still didn't work for whatever reason. It was blocked, whatever, energy wasn't right, the person was an asshole, you were an asshole, whatever. To get to a point where you gotta go, damn, again, this is not working. What am I doing? What am I allowing people to do? And then have to come here and start over and start reconfiguring how you're thinking and what your beliefs are and what you want and where your values are, all that shit. This comes natural. But the point here is to shake that shit off. And when you got the sun on some shit, it is really kind of hard to be looking all foggy. Just throwing it out there. Your challenge for the next 4, 5, 6 days, don't stay in that little funk. Don't stay in it. Keep it moving. Rest if you need to, so you can keep your composure. A lot of times we get irritable and snappy and shit because we don't sleep enough. So the challenge, make sure you're getting enough rest. Make sure you're taking time out to take a step back and look at whatever it is you're dealing with, and don't let this turn into big festering oozy wound type shit. Just deal with it. Go with the flow of it. Because it's uncomfortable having to make decisions and having to ponder things, and especially if they're people you like, but they got some serious shit going on that you may not really want to deal with. Putting it out there. Monday. This is all about the transformation. And as we go through this Mercury Retrograde, you'll feel it. You'll just feel the changes that you're making and the changes that you've made. Again, we're at that time of the year where it's time to kind of do a look back over your shoulder and see where you've come. Transformation is written all over us because we're just thinking about things differently. We're processing even how we're thinking about things differently. So that's a guarantee for success. But the point here with the fairness is the balance, and the transformation is allowing us to have a sense of balance. And if you look, it says victory and success, exactly, but if you kind of look at how dude is displayed out in that cup, it's kind of even, sort of, which to me is an indicator, and this does not always emanate this energy from this card, but here it's kind of telling me that a lot of us have gotten into a place where we have come back to being a little more emotionally equal, and so everything does not have us going off in a tailspin. If there was an ex somewhere in the recent past that just kept poking at you and didn't really want to be with you but didn't want to let you go, how that shit goes, or if you were with somebody that all of a sudden just had a straight ass change of heart, that hurts. Those are things that hurt, and they can just take your emotional stability and send it in a tailspin and just have you all over the place. But like I said, if you look at dude, it's kind of evenly splayed out in that cup, which again indicates that we've kind of gotten to a point where we're getting our emotions balanced and we're not all over the board. That comes with the transformation. By the time we get to Tuesday, and for some of you, maybe a little later in the week, there's new energy coming. And there's somebody coming with their heart in their hand to you. Y'all like, yeah, huh? You in the last 4 readers said that same bullshit. I hear you, Taurus. But just know, this is the energy in the air. Now let me say this. If you got your tail stuck in the house, sitting on the couch, eating bonbons and watching American Idol or whatever's on, The Voice or The Mask or whatever, you're not going to see none of this. You're going to miss it. So don't miss the opportunity. Yeah, it's going to be some patience and planning. And this is not the emotional patience and planning, you know, like you got a plan. And this is about building something new. You see the building? See the pillars? And the light. Get up out the house, Taurus. Do something, cave dweller. Go dancing. Go shoot some pool. Go bowl. Go do something. Roller skating is coming back in. Who knew? But do something. Don't break nothing, but go do something. Go to the library. When was the last time you actually walked into a library? And I ain't talking about with your kids. I mean you. Go to a museum. America is full of awesome museums. I don't give a where you live. Go look at the art. Is it gonna kill you? Who cares if somebody thinks you're square and a nut? Go look at the pictures hanging on the wall. Look at something that's got history tied up in it. You let your light shine. I think a lot of y'all are just kind of hiding because you've been hurt and you don't want to get out there and shake your tail feather because you're scared you're going to get hurt again. And you may well. Let's just kick that about. You may well. You may well. But, okay. It's a learning process. It is a learning process. And I'm looking at these cards, and actually the Four Firm Foundation would have been the card for the challenge, but that's not where the energy is. That is so not where the energy is. Yeah. Those of you dating people that maybe you've known for a while, be a little stingy with the information that you're sharing. Just do. In part because communication at this point is not at its best point with Mercury running retrograde. And it's just a weird, quirky thing for some of you. It's just somebody's just not going to hear you right, and it's going to take you the rest of the month and all of November to straighten it out. So I would be just a little stingy, especially about those things that are close to your heart, however that is resonating with you, whether it's a job or a project you're working on, or an investment you may have, or thoughts you may have about what you are thinking about purchasing in the new year. I'd be a little stingy with it. I wouldn't let it go just yet. And again, especially with material things, possessions, and you start talking about, I didn't get my income tax back. I don't think I'm gonna give me a Jaguar. It's not gonna sound right. And it's not about you having any kind of intention or not behind it. You're just making a comment, but the way that it will come across will be all wrong. So just be a little stingy, and this is where I'm at. Be a little stingy with the information that you're sharing. Those of you going on cruises, I don't know who this is for. Be careful with colds and coughs and respiratory crap. Nothing's, well, I can't say it's not serious, but enough where you don't want to be coughing after you've been on a trip. So if you're going anytime soon, start eating apples and oranges and shit so you can build your immune system up if you don't do that already. So when you go on said trip, you are not sick when you get back. Because I have done that before, and coming back, you're just miserable for 2 weeks. Like, oh, Jesus, why? All right, let's see what the Oracle cards got for you, Taurus, for the weekend update. Call on your runners. Clear the past. What we say? Take your time. Walk it off. It's not personal. Call on your runners. And I'm going to try and match everything up the way it's coming to me. Call on your runners so they can ease you up out of this and help make whatever it is you're trying to manifest, make the way smooth. Yeah, call on your runners. That's the future use to help smooth the path so you can do what you're trying to do. It's not personal. People, and I said this in another reading, people just being snarky and making comments because you're doing something and they're not. And this is probably going to resonate more with those of you that are younger. It ain't personal. It's their shit. You on point. Everybody else is not. Know that. And I'm not saying it because I'm a Taurus, but right now that's just the way shit is. Earth signs are kind of on point with a lot of this stuff. Not to say we're perfect. We're going through shit, definitely. But it's the grounded energy that is just making everything good for us right now. So whatever anybody's saying, talking, doing, it ain't got shit to do with you at the bottom of all of it. People want to act like that. It ain't got shit to do with you. It's something that happened to them 200 years ago, and they still mad, and they just want to blurt it out and make you feel bad. Don't do it. Don't fall for the tricks. Clear the past. Anything that's going on. And this right here. You put something in the sun. Y'all know this. It dries. If it's wet, it dries. If it's dusty, you get it out in the open. Clear the past. Get all that old shit out in the open. If you don't do nothing but write a letter and burn it up. Especially those of you that are dealing with hurts. Feeling this conflict and defeat shit. You're trying not to let that grow out of proportion. Clear the past. Some things you just got to let it the fuck go because it ain't shit you can do to go back and change it. It is what it is. But in doing that, that helps you see new opportunities. I'm just saying. Take your time. We come right back here to this. Take your time. Whatever you're trying to decide on. Don't get stuck in this part, the suffering and silence shit. But take your time. Take your time. And take your time about yourself. Self-care, nurturing you, eating right, all of that. Take your time. Don't rush through it. Another reading this came up. So, for those of you that are in situations where maybe you're trying to date somebody, but they got that little sister, or that aunt, or that grandmama that always got something to say, or the neighbor that's always looking over the damn hedges, somebody gonna try and push some buttons towards. Just walk it off. Just walk away. This is not the energy for you to be sharpening horns. It isn't. It isn't. You are in Libra energy, and Libra energy is very much about fair play and justice and things being balanced. I know I'm not talking to myself. I know I can't be. Where's my card? Things being we are in Libra energy, even though that's a water card, with the same thing that I'm saying about having balance, emotionally balanced, and having a sense of fair play about things and balance. people get jealous when they see your fucking light shining. They do. Because they want it. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's exactly what they want to be like you. They want to know what is it that you have that they don't have, that making it look like you're gliding on just straight up water. How are you doing that? And then when people, can't come up with no ready answers, then let's just take it out on you anyway. Don't fall for the bait. Walk it off. Walk it off. Nothing going on that's that serious that you need to even respond unless it's a romantic partner that you're trying to deal with. I'm going to leave it there, Taurus. I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch up with you soon. Bye, y'all.